Ready, start. We are so used to the idea of capitalism that is very easy for us to overlook the fact that it is of fairly recent growth. Full stop. For a great many years, the business of this country was carried on by a system of barrier. Full stop. The system still exists in some parts of the world even today. Full stop. The system of barter is the actual exchange of goods without the use of money. Full stop. This system is still being used in several parts of India, especially in villages. Full stop. A man who is successful in growing a very good crop of wheat might, for instance, have an excess over and above his family requirements. Full stop. The claim of himself and his family would come first, of course, but if there was a surplus, he would try to dispose it of in return for something else that he wanted. Full stop. There might perhaps be in his village another man who had been very successful with his cow in the same period. Full stop. He too might have a surplus after the requirements of himself and his family had been fully met. Full stop. The two men would therefore be in a position to bargain. One could be able to offer grain and the world would be able to offer milk or butter. Full stop. How much of the grain will finally be exchanged for how much of the milk or butter, will depend upon two various factors. Full stop. The first is the size of the surplus in each case. Full stop. The larger the surplus, the less value it is likely to have. The second is the strength of the desires of the two men to have the surplus of the other. Full stop. An exchange of grain for milk would eventually take place by means of the bargaining. Para. The use of money is, of course, very much simple, and once money was accepted as the medium for buying and selling, the volume of business quickly grew. Full stop. For a long time, the emphasis continued to be an agriculture production because the first requirement of people is that they shall eat. After a time, the commerce become important, and for many years most of the capital of the country was in the hands of people interested in commerce. Full stop. In 19 countries, however, heavy industries become very important and huge sums of money were also in the hands of the another change took place about the middle of the century. Full stop. Financial interest grew in importance and banks began to play an outstanding role in the economy of the country. Para. An enormous amount of capital was used in provide loans to businessmen. Full stop. This period would perhaps be called the Golden Age. Full stop. How the banks have started playing a very important part in the development of the country. Full stop. In some countries, banks also undertake to organize big business which give in terms heavy profits and thus help to the improve the economy. Full stop.